worship series coming up and an expanding live stream schedule. But before we jump in, I wanted to see if you could do me a quick favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's incredibly easy, and I've actually placed a link there down below in the comments of this video. Just out loud, I'll give it to you. It's really simple. It's links.hborough.org/YouTube. links.hborough.org/YouTube. So starting this Sunday, we'll be adding some major elements in worship to engage our families and children, but this includes both live segments in worship that we think your children and families with children are going to love, but also some links to some downloadable content that you might be able to download and print at home, along with recommendations about things like apps and things like that that will go along with the live stream experience. So if you're someone like me who's got a 6-year-old who is often during worship at home bouncing off the roof, this is a great tool for them to not only participate in worship with you, but also give them engaging content. So when it heads into a little more of that, more deep adult time of worship there, where there's a lot more talking or even more serious singing, that your kids have some tools there to be able to participate in worship with you, but maybe not be jumping all over the place. We're also looking at expanding into full-on just straight up kids worship services. We're not there quite yet, but we just wanted to tease that a little bit. So starting this Sunday, we'll also be having a brand new worship series, and this is something I'm incredibly excited about. It's called Foundations. So there's a joke within the church leadership world that the Sundays following Easter are called Low Sunday because it's just impossible to match the energy that we had on Easter Sunday. And so the joke is that's the Sunday all the ministers take off on vacation, and that all the resources from worship are pulled because maybe attendance is going to be lower or people have just lower expectations. But I think there is something interesting to that it works really well on something Amy talked about in her portion of the sermon this last week, is that Easter is just the beginning. So the real work of building our faith begins now. It starts now. So traditionally in the history of the church, those 50 days after Easter, which are the days that go from Easter to Pentecost, are set aside to teach the basics of the faith. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in Foundations. So whether you are brand new to faith, maybe you're feeling those first tugs of God's calling in your life, or you're an old pro and you're looking to freshen up and recommit to some of those core beliefs, we feel like this is a series that you're going to love. So let's talk about live streams. We've had an incredible response and viewership and engagement, and we feel like it's important for us to expand our live streaming schedule to allow for a wider community to be able to catch up and participate in our broadcast. And so we'll actually be streaming at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings like always. So if you are a Sunday morning worshiper, that's the way you're connecting, 10:30 a.m. on Sundays, hborough.org/live, on YouTube, on Facebook, all those places. It's going to continue that way. But we're also going to be adding a 6 p.m. rebroadcast of that same stream. And it's going to be all in those same places, YouTube, Facebook Live, and on our website, hborough.org/live. We're going to be doing that just because it gives us the ability to expand our audience, to reach new people. That way they're not all limited by just attending at that one time, because we recognize even with our own community, there's a lot of different schedules. Even on Sundays, we have a lot of essential workers that are still either at work because they're working in healthcare, or they're in other areas that they are stuck in the office, at the lab, all the places on Sundays. And so we feel like adding that expanded time is good. And plus, schedules are wild. Some 6 p.m. might end up working better for your family. So there it is. It's out there, 10:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Also 6 p.m. on Sunday nights. So in addition to that, we're actually going to be launching a whole new live streaming experience, which is pretty cool. It's going to be on Wednesday nights, and we're going to be calling it Deep Dive Wednesday Nights, and it starts tonight. We'll be coming to you with deep conversations, interviews. We'll be talking about upcoming Sundays and fun surprises. We'll even be playing some games sometimes, but it's on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. And here's the thing, this is intentionally short. This isn't like an hour-long thing. It's 20, 30 minutes, just like our simple Holy Week services. We've set up some pretty amazing interviews in the coming weeks to talk about what's good ways to care for yourself during this time. What are some concerns we should be looking about individually? How are churches in other areas of our country dealing with this? And that's some interesting things. I'm using my network of contacts. We're going to bring in some interviews from pastors and church leaders all around the United States to talk about how their community of faith is responding to this crisis. And so we'll be doing that on Wednesday nights, a Wednesday night at 6 p.m. live stream that you can check out on YouTube, on Facebook, and on our website, hborough.org/live. So there's a lot happening there. I thought this was supposed to be low Sunday, low week, but it's not turning out that way. There's lots of things happening, new family and children worship tools, a new worship series this Sunday called Foundations, talking about those building blocks of the Christian faith. We're expanding our live stream schedule, so this Sunday it's going to be at 10:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. And finally, we're adding that new live event, which starts tonight at 6 p.m. that you can stream on YouTube and Facebook. It's called Deep Dive Wednesday Nights. That's a lot to take in, a really lot to take in, but you know what? It's a beautiful day here in Nashville, and go out there, enjoy the sun, take a walk. I know it's still a little chilly today, but one thing I just want to commend to you is just take good care of yourself these days. Spend some extra time connecting with folks. Even if you just... I'm really struck by some of the things I've been learning, that gratitude and service to others are really the keys to our happiness. And I think that's so important to do now, because things like this, because not only are we isolating, because we're doing it for public health, it creates this knock-on psychological effect that we're just not engaging as much. And if you're like me, that just I get so much energy out of engaging with people, I'm just having to remind myself to do things to take care of myself socially. I'm getting ready here in a little bit to actually have a virtual Zoom lunch with a bunch of friends that I had back from seminary, and to just sit around and laugh with one another. And we're doing that on purpose because we frankly need it. And so I encourage you to do the same today. Call a friend, text a friend, write a letter to someone. Do something that engages others to let them know how much you appreciate them, how grateful you are in their lives, for how grateful you are for them in your lives. So take good care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you back tonight, 6 p.m. right here for our first Deep Dive Wednesday night. We think you're going to love it. We got some great things planned for you today. Sundays, 10:30 a.m., 6 p.m. Anyways, that's it. I could talk forever, but it's great to check out with you here on Wednesday. Have a great day. See you, everybody. Bye.